Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm the Land Programs Director for Colorado Canyons Association. Today, you're going to be hearing from me, as well as my colleague Alice, our AmeriCorps Vista, as we tell you all about birds here in western Colorado. You'll learn about what makes birds so special, what bird calls can sound like, and where you can find some right here in our national conservation areas.
Hi, I'm Alice, and welcome to the Bird Station, where we're going to be talking about all the different kinds of birds you can see in western Colorado. One of the most popular kinds of birds that you'll find out here in McInnes Canyons or any of our other NCAs are called raptors. A raptor is a type of bird that feeds on other animals. It's a predator. So an example of a raptor would be a red-tailed hawk or a bald eagle. And they feed on those smaller mammals known as prey, and they can also steal food from other animals. However, there can be differences between raptors. Some are migratory and some are not. Migratory means that a bird moves throughout the year depending on food and temperature, so you may have heard of some birds going south in the winter. The red-tailed hawk is a bird that is not migratory. It remains in North America the entire year, but the bald eagle is migratory, and both of those birds are probably some raptors that you have seen around western Colorado. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the specific birds. A popular raptor you might find is the golden eagle. Those birds live for about 30 years, and they live in the western Rocky Mountains year-round. So that means they're not migratory. Their nesting habits include cliff ledges, sometimes tall trees, and you may even find them in man-made structures, like a really tall skyscraper or building. They'll be on the upper levels of those sometimes if they can. They eat small to medium mammals, so that would be rabbits, ground squirrels, prairie dogs, and they can also be scavengers and steal food from other birds. So that makes these birds predators.
We also have scavengers out here that are obligate scavengers. That means they don't hunt at all. These include birds like the turkey vultures. You may have seen them with their big black wings and a gray trailing edge as they wobble through the summer air. These are migratory birds that spend the winter down in Mexico and then fly up to the Grand Valley in western Colorado once it starts to heat up. We also have rare occasional visitors that are scavengers, such as the endangered California condor. Flying from their release sites in Arizona, they will occasionally visit western Colorado and even further afield up into Wyoming. By far, one of the most common birds out here would be the common raven, Corvus corvax, as it's known in the scientific community. Ravens are black birds with shiny feathers and a big beak. They're highly intelligent, some of the most intelligent birds on the planet, in fact. Their intelligence can rival that of a small child, in fact. They are often confused with crows, which they are closely related to. A key way, when they are on the ground, to distinguish between them is to look at the beak. Ravens have a Roman nose, so it extends out and has almost a bump to it, whereas crows have a much shorter beak. Another bird that we have that is more commonly heard than seen is the canyon wren. Its distinctive call goes and is often heard in the canyons throughout the summer months. It is also found on one of our National Conservation Area signs. Can you spot it? That's right, there it is. There are also plenty of bluebirds out here seasonally, whether these are the Rocky Mountain bluebirds that flit around the low deserts, the pinyon jays that inhabit the pinyon juniper forests, or the Steller's jays in the high elevations of the Grand Mesa. Bluebirds and the jays are not actually closely related, although they share a similar coloration. The jays are more closely related to the ravens, whereas bluebirds are not. Birds are found across western Colorado in an amazing variety of forms. There are many others that we didn't touch on here, including migratory seabirds that cross through the area, as well as things like the nuthatches, which eat nuts, and woodpeckers and their closely allied birds, such as the northern flicker. All of these animals play a vital role in the ecosystems here in western Colorado and in our national conservation areas. Next time you're out for a hike, take a look around. Maybe you'll see a feathered friend flitting through the sky.